Hey, Mike.
I'm going to step back from this for a bit. Okay, there we go.
What's your question?
Just thank you all for the work on this show over the last 11 years. It's meant a lot to me and everyone here. I don't have words for that, and I'm recording for posterity here. So over the last 11 years, and you can go down the line for this, but especially for Norman and Lauren and Jeffrey, because you have battled some pretty incredible villains, from the Governor to the Wolves to Negan to Alpha and the Commonwealth. Who's been your favorite to take on? Is that just because he's sitting there?
Well, I'll tell you later. No, I'm just kidding.
Norm?
No, I think the ones that have been the most favored to take on are the ones that bring out the best and the worst in you. Like, how can you be the most strategic? How can you be the most tactical? How can you see the worst in yourself and know how you want to conquer it? And that, for me, is what a good baddie does to us. And then, are you your own worst baddie? Yes, I didn't hear you, but I agree.
He said we can't forget about Glenn, which is absolutely right. We never forget about Glenn.
That's what we're doing here.
Oh, jeez. Oh, come on. Oh, man, come on. Why? Why? What is your name in question?
Hey, I'm Patrick from Jersey. Just said that out loud for the first time. There you go. So my question is for everybody, and then Scott, kind of like a separate question for you.
Oh.
I know, yeah. Got to put Scott on the thing there. So, Scott, with your Gimpinisms, or your Gimpilisms, as I like to call them, your answers, is there ever a storyline that you had to fight with an actor for to be like, listen, like this has got to happen, we got to have it? And then for all the actors, from the time of your first initial script reading to where you are now in your evolution, has there ever, first of all, is the character on the page who you've become, in your opinion, or has it morphed, obviously? And then is there a certain storyline that you've ever fought really hard for that you were like, either I can or cannot do this, and what was it?
So maybe let's start with Scott, and then I think I don't know if we have quite enough time for everyone to answer that, but we can get a couple answers. And Scott, is there anything that you really were sure, this is really going to work and had to push for?
I'm looking at all the actors to like, during the 5 years that I ran the show, I don't recall a whole lot of tug of wars, and I'm looking at them to maybe correct me here. I don't recall a lot of tug of wars. No, Norman, come on, bring it.
That was a good 5 years. I'm just going to step in right here and just say, Scott, thank you.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah.
It was a really good 5 years. And we love you. And we love all of you guys,
true.
and you are awesome. But thank you. This is a special day, and I just really want.
Does any of the cast have an answer for that? Does anyone?
I mean, there was a few tug of wars here and there, but it was always a collaborative effort in the end, and we got to where we wanted to go. It's not easy being in the boss position on our show, because there's a lot of personalities and there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen at some point or another. But we always got to the point where we wanted to be, where we were happy and proud of what we were doing. And that's a huge thing to Scott and to Angela and to our writers to work with us and let us be part of the picture. So
that's how we're
Lauren's
family.
right.
That's how we're family.
Thank you guys very much.
Anything you want to say to the fans as this momentous occasion, as we are, as we're saying goodbye to New York Comic Con as a group? Lauren, Cohan?
I think that I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but I think that we made this show together, and there's been different iterations of all of us who have come and gone. And part of me always thinks you'll really just know what it was and how to explain the experience, like in years to come. We've been really lucky that years to come keeps extending, because we get to keep making the show and this universe and everything. But what the show is when we come together and we do something on set and we're with our crew is one thing that's incredible. And then when we see the episodes or when we see it go out in the world, that's like a whole nother level of recognizing that there's something to it. And then when we see your reaction, and that we're here celebrating the end of the 11th season of a show about zombies, and that we're already sad that this is the last time we're going to be together as this group doing it, then you're just so glad that this is what you get to do, and that you guys have been invested with us, and that is all just so much more than you can ever anticipate. So I'm glad that we've all been on this adventure and surprised and been through the ups and downs together, and yeah, that's it.
JDM. To say thank you to New York Comic Con for all these amazing years. I'm sorry we went over a few minutes, but I just wanted to make sure we had time to get everything in. New episodes of The Walking Dead are every Sunday. You can stream them a week early on AMC+. Our big series finale is November 20th at 9 p.m. I would like a huge hand for this entire cast. Also to Robert Kirkman for creating this universe. Angela Kang for showrunning this show and being amazing. Thank you to AMC. Thank you to Greg Nicotero. Thank you, New York Comic Con. It has been an absolute privilege and a pleasure. Good night. Have a great con.